Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So what are the topics? What are the topics are pending from the Linux? So file permissions, and package management, and so any one of the software, something like Apache, Apache, Apache server, Apache web server installation, and deploy one application in Apache web server. And so we will wind up. So after this we will wind up. So I need a three classes, guys. I need a three classes, something like, if you guys are okay with these two classes, so we will wind up the Linux session. So because of we need a three classes, and user administration also there, right? User administration, user administration. So these are the four classes are pending. So the four classes are pending, guys, from Linux. After that we will start the cloud. So cloud AWS, we will start the cloud AWS. So then we will include then, so we will include the DevOps tools. So something like once AWS is started, so something like instance creation. So instance creation, then we will start the Terraform. We'll start the Terraform, guys. Terraform is a IAC tool. Terraform is a IAC tool. IAC means infra as a code tool. So how we can install the instance through manually and through automation. After that, we will start the Ansible. Ansible. Then Ansible is a configuration a management tool. So this configuration management tool is for installing Apache, configuring the application, configuring the application. So something like I want to install a Apache Tomcat Apache web server on 100 servers. How we can do it manually? How we can do it through automation? Through automation. Then we will start the Git. Git, we will discuss about GitHub, GitLab, GitLab, and Bitbucket. Bitbucket. So we will discuss about these tools. So then we will start. Then we will start Jenkins, Jenkins, and I will show you the GitLab CI/CD also. GitLab CI/CD. So then we will start. So before that, before Jenkins, we will start the Docker. So Docker, in the Docker containerization, so virtualization, so physical virtualization, containerization. Docker is a containerization. So after that, we will discuss about Kubernetes. 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 So this will take time, guys. This will take at least something like a 45 days or something like. So once we will start this class, it will take 45 days because of, so AWS will take 10 days. So then Terraform config. So this will take 2 to 3 days per concept. Okay,
So
guys.
after the GitLab and CID slash CD, the class will end up.
Yeah. So Jenkins and GitLab, they are providing the CI/CD. CI/CD is nothing but a continuous integration and continuous deployment. So before that waterfall model, they are using the only I and D, integration and deployment only. So there is no continuous integration and there is no continuous deployment. So after agile methodology, this picture comes. Who are providing the CI/CD? Jenkins providing the CI/CD, GitLab providing the CI/CD, Bamboo providing the CI/CD. So some of the companies, some of the softwares are providing the CI/CD. So what we will discuss in this course, we will discuss in this course in the Jenkins and GitLab. So GitLab, GitLab. So our company, my company is working on the GitLab. I will show you that GitLab. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So Kubernetes will take 5 or 6 days. So Git will take 3 or 4 days minimum at least because of. So we need to we need to brush up with the basics of the Git. Git also CLI. So Git also SCLI. So command line interface. We will show the command line interface. Then we will how to create a GitHub account, how to create a GitLab account, how to create a Bitbucket account, how to clone the repository, how to push the repository, how to commit the code. We will show it on the Git, guys. Okay, guys, understood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Sure. Got it.
Yeah. So these are the concepts, guys. Because of why I am stressing Linux, if you guys know the Linux, if you guys know the Linux, so it will be easy to understand cloud, easy to understand all the DevOps tools, guys. All the DevOps tools are working, working with the Linux commands only. The same like as a Linux commands. If you learn Linux, it will be easy to understand the cloud, Ansible, and DevOps tools, guys. Okay, yeah. So something like so guys, so in the file system hierarchy, the hard disk information will be available on which directory? The hard disk information will be available on which directory, guys? The Linux file system hierarchy. Linux, a file system hierarchy. Why, guys? Okay. So this is the Linux file system hierarchy. So this is the Linux file system hierarchy, guys. So if you know this, it will be easy to understand, guys, Linux. So if you know this file structure directory, this directory structure. So what is the purpose of this directory? If you know, guys, if you know this thoroughly, so easy to understand the Linux, guys. Easy to understand the Linux. Yeah. So in this directory, in these directories, the hard disk information will be available under the which directory? Guys, tell me. Available under the which directory? Guys, tell me.
I'm not sure, but device.
Yeah, very good. Device. Why it is not sure. Yeah. So device. In the device information, in the slash dev, the hard disk information will be available. The hard disk information will be available. Something like if it is a SATA hard disk, what is the naming convention, guys? If it is a SATA hard disk, what is the naming convention? This is the physical hard disk 1, physical hard disk 2, physical hard disk 3. These all are the SATA hard disk. What is the naming convention for the Linux, guys? What is the naming convention?
EXT1, EXT2, like that, right?
No, that is a
Okay.
file file system type. That is a file system type.
Mhm.
I'm asking about the hard disk names.
STA1 something.
SDA, SDB,
STA1,
SDC.
STA2, right?
Yes. So this hard disk information will be available under slash dev. Slash dev SDA.
STA1, SDA2, SDA.
Slash dev SDB. Slash
SD.
dev
SDC.
SDC. These are the three hard disks, guys. Three hard disks are available in our server. For example, available in our server. So one hard disk is for OS installation. So one hard disk is for the OS installation. OS, Linux, OS installation. This is the So this is for OS installation, Linux OS installation. So these two hard disks, these two hard disks are having 10 GB and the other hard disk having 10 GB. Yeah. So how you can mount this? How you can add this? How you can mount this space to a directory? So how you can mount this space to a directory? So if you want to mount this space, we need to
Using
create the partitions. We need to create the partitions. Dev/sdb 1 slash dev.
SDB2, SDB3 like that, right?
Yes, slash dev sdb. You created a two partitions. So the first partition having a 5 GB and the second partition having the 5 GB.
Fine. Okay.
So this is the 5 GB. This is the 5 GB. So this 5 GB hard disk space is attached to guys tell me attached to
Some directory or
yes.
some
This is attached to some directory, whatever it may be, whatever it may be. For example, app logs. So this is the app logs. So this is attached, this hard disk piece is attached to something like DBA, for example, whatever it may be, whatever it may be. So, so how you can mount this? So you guys understood how you can, how you can format this disk, how you can create the partitions. You can create the partitions through the fdisk command, right? So you created a partitions, SDA1, SDB1 and SDB2. So they initially when we bought the hard disk format is a null format, right? The format is whenever you bought the hard disk format is null format. But the Linux knows which file system ext, ext2,
83 like
ext, ext3, ext
64.
ext4 and xfs. xfs xfs. So these are the partition types. Linux knows these partition types. But so when we bought the hard disk, the default file system is null. So we want to convert this. We want to convert this file system from null to, guys, tell me, this file system will null to ext3 or ext4. How you can format this? How you can format? So mkfs is the command. My file system to ext4. So ext4 slash dev sdb1 slash dev sdb1. So we are converting this file system from a null
To
to
okay.
ext4
Okay.
or null to XFS, null to XFS. So
That means
MKFS. So that means we are converting from null to so ext4 or ext3 or XFS because of so Linux knows only this format. Linux knows only this
Mhm.
format. So if you convert this hard disk file system, if you convert this file system format to hard disk format to null to ext4, then only we can use the hard disk space. Then only so we can use the hard disk space. Now you understood?
Okay. Yeah, then only we can mount some to particular directory, correct?
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes. So if you are not converting it, yesterday it's showing something like a read only. We cannot write or we cannot mount, right? So after that, we can mount by using the mount command. This is the
Yeah.
temporary mount slash dev sdb1
One.
slash dev sdb1 to app logs, app logs. So first you need to format the disk. I mean, you need to format the disk and create the partitions. Then you can convert the file system from null to
One to
ext4 or ext.
FT format.
Yes. So Linux knows these formats. So once it is converted, then you can mount. Then you can mount.
So
So this is
MKFS is command, right? To convert that
yes,
file
yes,
null
yes,
to okay. Okay.
yes, yes. MKFS is nothing but make file system. MKFS is nothing but makes file system from null to ext4, null to XFS, null to ext3.
So
Harry, what do you?
syntax is mkfs dot ext4. So SDB1 disk space disk is converted into ext4 format, correct?
Yes, 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 yes. So if you want to convert SDB to mkfs.ext4 or XFS/dev SDB2.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what does this null stand for?
What does this?
Null.
Null. So
Mhm.
yeah. So whenever you so how these hard disks are created, the format is null format because of good question. Paul, you are asking a good question. So something like Seagate created the hard disk. Okay. So Seagate created the
Company.
500 GB hard
Company,
disk.
right?
Yes, Seagate is the company. Seagate company created a 500 GB hard disk. So this Seagate hard disk will be using either Windows or Linux or Mac. Okay. So we can use this hard disk either Windows or a Linux or a Mac. Okay, or a Apple, something like a Mac. So for example, Seagate is created a hard disk with the ext4 file system, ext4 file system with the hard disks. So it is only used for the Linux. Okay. So if you use this Windows knows only NTFS format. So Windows only knows NTFS format. Mac, I don't know yet. So, but Windows knows only NTFS. Linux knows only ext4 format. Linux knows ext4 format. Some other Mac is knows or something like I don't know DPKG or whatever it may be. So if you know DPKG format, Seagate create 3 hard disks. One is for Linux, one is for NTFS, one is for Mac. But he created a hard disk with null format. He created a hard disk with null file system. So if you create a null file system, you can use this hard disk either Windows or Linux or Mac. So that's the reason a Seagate company created a hard disk with the file system null. So you can bought this file system and we can use it. We can use it either Windows or a Linux or a Mac. Linux or a Mac. Guys, now you
Please correct.
understood?
Yeah, please correct me, Hari. Actually, so different operating system are have their own
File system.
style of
File system. File
file
systems.
system. So
Yes.
the second company is create a uniquely like null file system.
File
So we
system.
can convert using the Windows commands to Windows, Unix type of Unix, and like that we can convert to them and we can use it that operating system. Correct?
Yes, yes, yes. That
Oh,
is good.
got
That is good.
it.
Now you got it? So that's the reason they created a file system type is null while developing the hard disk. While developing the hard disk, they created a file system called is a null. So null is a universal file system. So it will convert whatever we want. Whatever
Clear. I'm
we
got it.
want.
Now you are
You
right.
got it?
I'm got it. I'm clear.
Okay, so this null, that is why the EST4, the null can convert it to Linux and the NTFS for Windows.
Yes, 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 yes. So they created a
Okay.
universal file system and whatever we want. If you want to use this hard disk for Windows file system, you can convert from null to NTFS. So if you want to use this Linux, this hard disk to Linux file system, you can convert from ext4, XFS, or ext. If you want to use this hard disk to Mac, so some other file system. So that's the reason
Okay,
they
so
created a universal file system, and we can convert whatever we want.
whatever we want, like this node to 10 GB,
Yes,
10 GB
yes, yes,
slash
yes.
DB slash DB. Okay.
Yeah, 10 GB null to null to ext4 because of Linux knows only ext4 and ext2, ext3 for example. So this is XFS. XFS. Or for example, this to ext4 or 3. So we are converting this hard disk from null to ext4, this hard disk from null to XFS. Oh, very
Okay.
good. Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. Good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. So mount, if you use the mount option to mount the hard disk space to a directory, add this directory. So this is so mount will be two types, a temporary mount and permanent mount. You guys are also know. So if you add these hard disk and directory, these the entries we in the fstab file, it will automatically mount whenever we reboot the machine. So if you use the mount command to mount the directory, so it is a temporary mount. So whenever we reboot the machine, it automatically erases, it automatically unmount it. So why? So whenever you reboot the machine, whatever the mount points are there, that mount points will unmount it, then you can shut down the machine, reboot the machine. So after that, so those hard disk entries, those hard disk information, those hard disk entries are not available in the any of the file system, any of the files. So how it will be mount? So that's the reason after rebooting, something like if you are rebooting the machine, it will shut down, stop, and start. So before going to stop, all the mount points will be unmount. Then after the reboot, whatever the mount points are there, it will be mounted. So the mount points are available in FS tab entries, then only it will mount it again. Otherwise, it cannot mount. Otherwise, it cannot mount. Now you understand why we are adding those entries in the fstab file. So because of after rebooting, after shutdowning, so it will start, right? Then that time it is checking. It is checking in the fstab file. Is there any mount points added in the fstab? Yep. So those mount points will automatically mount it. If you are not adding in the fstab entries, so it will not mount it, again. Guys,
So
understood?
Harry, if
Now
I can ask, this is like for the this is for the temporary mount, right?
Yes,
This is for
this
the
is
temporary
the
mount when you rebuild
no. So
the temporary mount.
if you are using the mount command to mount the for mounting, so this is the temporary mounting. So if you are adding those
Yes.
files into the fstab entry, those are the permanent mounting.
Okay.
Okay,
Can you please
understood, right?
show how to
So but
add
Harry,
permanent?
Sorry.
so Harry,
No.
like if I can ask, I was thinking whenever you buy, for instance, a computer or a laptop, I was thinking the permanent mount is there, or you have to create the permanent mount and the temporary mount. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So it doesn't come originally with the laptop.
No, it
You
did
have to
not
go with
come,
it. It
right?
doesn't come with the Linux. Okay.
So with the laptop, it does not come. While installing the OS, you will select the mount points, right? You will create the mount points. So it automatically added something like
Okay.
it automatically added, right? So what you can do is, so you guys are installed our virtual box, right? After installing the virtual machine, after installing the CentOS machine, CentOS 7, a VM or mission, whatever it may be, after installing. after installing OS, after installing the OS, you guys can check it. You guys can check it on the command df-h. It will show the root is something like so in the df-h it will shows the /root / and /boot will be mounted. So these entries are will be there in the these two entries are these hard disk confirmation entries are will be there in the fs tab entries or not. Definitely it will be there /etc fs tab fs tab. So in the fs tab these two mount point information will be available. So who added these information? Yeah, while installing the OS, it automatically create and it automatically attach it and automatically add it in the /etc fs tab entries /etc fs tab entries. So that's the reason whenever you reboot the mission, it automatically mount to /and/boot. So because of those entries are available in the /etc fs tab. Those entries are available in the /etc entries tab in /etc fs tab entries. So that's the reason. So whenever you reboot the mission, so something like whenever you reboot the mission, so reboot the mission. Reboot is nothing but shutdown and start. Shutdown and sorry, start the mission. Shutdown means so while shutdown your mission, so firstly it will unmount all the mount points. So what are the mount points? / and boot. It will unmount all the mount points. Unmount all the mount points. Then you start the mission. So that after rebooting, it will be checking in the /etc fs tab entries. So if the mount points something like a /dev sda1 is related to something like a root /dev sdb sda2 is related to /boot. So these entries are available in the /etc fs tab. So that's the reason. So while starting the NS, it is checking, is there any mount points need to mount? Yes, the mount points is there in the /etc tabs. That's the reason. So it will mount whatever the mount points are, whatever the entries are there in the, so entries are there in the, here in the etc tab, etc fs tab. So while shutdowning, it will unmount all the mount points. That's the reason. So temporary mount. Temporary mount. So temporary mount means while running the while run while running the OS, we are mounted. Right? So whenever you reboot, so these entries, the temporary mount point entries are not added in the FS tab. So whenever you reboot the mission or whenever you shut down the mission, it will automatically unmount all the mount points. Then then it will check something like so then it will start, right? So then it will start that time OS is checking in the /etc fs tab. So these temporary mount points are not available in the /etc fs tab. So if it is checking those mount points are not available in the FS tab, it will not mount it again. So that's the reason. So the temporary mount will erase after reboot or after shut down the machine. So what is a permanent mount? So permanent mount, so we can add those entries in the /etcfs tab, those entries in the /etcfs tab. That 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 mount points will automatically mount after the reboot. Guys, understood?
Yeah,
Now
how
you
to
got the
add,
Yes.
yeah, concept is very clear.
Mhm.
And
You need to practice it.
how to add permanently means how to add etc fstb like that, so permanently mount.
Yeah, yesterday I already show you, right?
Okay,
So
you showed.
VA, we showed it already.
Okay.
VA/etc fs tab, fs tab is the file. There you can create, there you can add the entry something like, so what is the partition name? /dev
Apps.
sdb
One.
SDB1. That partition is mounted under the app
App
logs,
log.
and you can give the entry something like the file system ext4, then the defaults, then you can give the fsck and dump. I will show you guys. I will tell you guys this one, so no need to
Mhm.
worry about. So this is the entries we need to
Entry.
add in the fs tab. Something
Entry.
like entries
Okay.
/dev SDB2, something like DBA logs, ext not XFS file system. The path is defaults and 0, 0. So 0, 0 means, so it disable the file checking and dump, file checking and dump. So these are the entries we need to add. We need to add in the /etcfs tab. Yesterday I already showed how to mount a permanent. Guys, understood? So this is the concept of partitions, Linux partitions.
Yeah, clear. I'm clear.
Clear, right? Guys, give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sure.
So you guys are understood about the Linux partitions, right?
Harry, please, one question, please.
Yeah.
What's this? You said on CentOS 7 virtual machine after installing operational system. What is this DF to H hyphen H?
Yeah. So df-h is nothing but a. So df is nothing but disk free.
Okay.
Disk D is nothing but disk, F is nothing but free. Disk free, -H is nothing but a human readable format. Okay. So DF will shows, so which partition SDA1 is, which partition is, so something like a 20 GB, so something like 1.5 GB is used, something like 5% is 5% is used, something like it will shows on which directory is mounted. So it will shows which partition, which hard disk space is mounted to which directory. So how much GB of hard disk is available in this partition. So how much is used, the utilization, and mounted under. It will shows the disk free, how much of the disk free is available. It shows.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
understood. So I want
Yeah.
to see the memory. Memory is nothing but a RAM. So RAM is something like a 8 GB, 16 GB, or 4 GB, 32 GB. So how much space is available? How much space is used? How you can check it? The RAM. So is a free -m command. It will shows the of RAM. It will shows the memory space utilization. It will shows the memory space utilization for purpose this. So hard disk space utilization for we can use the df-h command. Now you got it? How?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you said the H is for what?
Human readable format. So it will display the
Okay.
human readable format.
Okay, human readable what?
So this is human readable, right? So this is human readable. So human readable
Yeah.
is nothing but the humans are how the humans are
Those things
reading.
that's coming out from
Those are
hard disk.
commands. You got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next. So I will tell you a small topic, guys. File permissions. So what are the file permissions, guys? What are the file permissions? Guys, whenever you execute the command ls, it will shows only the list of files and directories, right? So files and directories. So so if you use the ll command, it will shows the long list. Long list. What is that long list? So what is that? A long list. Yeah. So something like, guys, I will miss this one. Something like for VFAT is nothing but is for so something like your pen drives. So something like NTFS is nothing but a Microsoft Windows knows only the file system NTFS. So ISO 9660, this is for the CD-ROMs. This is for your ISO DVD, right? How you can mount this ISO DVD by using ISO 9660. 9660. So basis of hard disks, you already know, guys. Yeah. So Linux file permissions. So what we will cover in this article is how to identify a permission for the files and directories, and how to change them, and how to change them. How to change them. So let's start by making a file we can use. I issued a touch command to make a file creatively named as a test file. So touch will be created an empty file but has all the same attributes as an actual file. You can see this by using ls-l or something like ll. So touch text file mkdir folder. Something like this is the this is the a file. So this is the a file text file is created with the permissions. What are the permissions? The starting letter hyphen is nothing but a file. The starting letter D is nothing but a directory. So RWX, RWX, RWX. These are the file permissions. These are the file permissions. The permissions are broken into 4 sections. The permissions are broken into 4 sections. The permissions are broken into 4 sections. So the first section indicates hyphen indicates a file, D indicates a directory, L indicates a link file. The second section is read, write, and execute permissions. What is this? So R equal to read, W equal to write, X equal to execute permissions. What is this? RWX, read, write, execute permissions for the owner of the file. Whoever created the file, so that file, yeah, whoever created the file, something like a root user created the file. So root user is nothing but a owner of the file. And the group read, read, write, and execute permissions for the members of the group owning the file. Read, write, execute permissions for the other users. Chmod is the adds and removes the permissions. Chmod is add and remove the permissions. If you want to add or remove the permission to the user, they use the command chmod. The command chmod, guys. Yeah, guys. So what are the permissions, guys? So hyphen read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. So this is a file or something like this is a hurry.txt file. So owner who created this file as a root user, owner of the file, group, group, group of the file, and others, So this is the permissions. What is the RWX, guys? R equal to read. So that equal to permission equal to 4. The numerical number is 4. So W equal to write. The numerical format is at 2. X equal to execute. The numerical is 1. So if you are having the permission RWX, the permission numerical format is 7, 7, 7. The permission is 777 permissions. We have a 777 permissions. For example, RW, this is a file or a directory, something like a -d. So RW, RWX, R hyphen hyphen, R hyphen hyphen, R hyphen hyphen. So this is the US class one directory. So this directory having the who is the owner. So I logged in as a root user. So root user having a 7 permissions. RWX means 4 plus 2 plus 1. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. So owner having the read, write, execute permissions. He can able to read, he can able to write, he can able to execute. So read, write, execute, delete permissions. So and the group having hyphen means 0. Hyphen means the permission equal to 0. 0. The permission equal to 0. Hyphen means 0. So here 4 plus 0 plus 0. Hyphen means 0. The others also 4 plus 0 plus 0. So what is the permission, guys? A 7, 4, 4. So what is the numerical permission? 744. Here RWX is nothing but a 777 permissions. For example, RWX or something like RW R hyphen R sorry R hyphen hyphen R hyphen W R hyphen X R W hyphen. Guys, tell me what is the permissions? R equal to numerical format. R equal to how much? 4 plus 0 plus 0. Hyphen equal to 0. So here, what is the read permission?
4
4.
plus
4
0
plus
plus
0 plus 1. Right. RWX means read equal to 4 plus right equal to 2 plus hyphen equal to 0. So what is the permission, guys? 4,
5, 6.
5, 6. So 4, 5, 6 permission. 4, 5, 6 permission. Or something like triple 4 permissions. So R hyphen hyphen R hyphen hyphen R hyphen hyphen. So what is the permission, guys? 4,
Triple four.
triple 4 permissions. Triple 4 permissions. For example, RW hyphen RW hyphen RW hyphen. What is the permission, guys?
6, 6,
4.
6.
Yeah, 6, 6, 6. The permission is 666. So first is
Harry,
the owner. Yeah.
Harry, sorry for stopping you. This 6, I think how you got this 6 is R formation with the W formation, which is 2 plus 4. 2 and 4, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
4, 2,
But
1.
then on the 0 part of it, how did you get the 0?
Yeah. Hyphen is nothing but there is no permission here. There is no permission here. So if there
Because
is
of the
no permission,
hyphen? Because of the hyphen?
yeah, hyphen is nothing but there is no
0.
permission.
Yeah, you're right.
There
Okay.
is no
I just want to
permission.
get it
That's
right.
the reason
Yeah.
I'm adding 0.
Yeah, I got you. Then this R formation and W formation, that is RWX7.
Hmm.
You got it because of multiplying the R and WX. That is read, write, and execute, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean how you got this
Yes.
7, 7, 7, 7, because it's read, write, and execute. That's why it's
Yes,
7, 7.
yes, yes.
So you will first of all have the R formation read. You first of all have the R formation read, W write, and the executive formation
Yeah.
before getting
So
the R7. Okay.
yeah. So this is Hari.txt. So who created this Hari.txt as a root user? Something like as a root user. Good question. So localhost 12. What is this, guys? Jet? Yeah. Root at the rate local host I 12 hash number. Yeah. So I created something like created a touch Hari.txt. So who created this file as a root user? So root user is nothing but a owner. Who is the owner of this file? Yes. So touch Hari.txt, root is the owner of the file. Something like you are assigning a group. DevOps is the group. So in this DevOps having POW, Pride, Vanilio, JSON, something like Anand, Ramakrishna, and Hari. This group having, this DevOps group having, so DevOps group having Pau, Pride, Valinio, Jason, Anand, Ramakrishna, Hari. These people are there in the DevOps group. So if group having RWX, if group having RWX, these RWX permissions will be assigned to the how many people are there in the DevOps group. Pau, Pride, Valinio. All these people are having the RWX permissions. RWX permissions. So owner is root, group is these people. Apart from so all other peoples are having RWX. All other peoples are having RWX. Now you got it? So owner of the file having RWX, group of the file having RWX, others having RWX, RWX, RW. X, guys. Yeah. So you will get a clarity after discuss this. Okay. Yeah. So whenever you create a file, or directory as a root user, so you will get the permissions. So something like umask value based on umask value, will get the permissions. So what is the default umask value? Default umask umask value default umask value for root user is so root user is for the directory root user is 0 double 2. So what is the default umask value? The default umask value is the default umask value for the root user is 0 double 2. So 0 double 2, something like for directory creation. While creating the directory, so the dmask the umask value, the permissions for the directory is something like, so what is the full permissions, guys? 777. So what is the umask value for the root user is 0 double 2. 0 double 2. 0 double 2. So you can minus this 777 to 0 double 2. What is the value, guys? 755. The permissions are 755 permissions. So if you are creating a directory through the root user, you will get the permission 755. What is 755, guys? RWX, R hyphen R hyphen X, R hyphen X. So whenever you create a directory, you will get this US class 1. You will get this permission. RWX, RX, RX. This is 7. This is 5. This is 5. So whenever you create the directory by using the root user, you will get the 755 permissions. For file, you will get the permission like 666. So 666 and so what is the default umask value, guys? 0 double 2. So what is the answer, guys? What is the you will minus the 666 to 0 double 2. What is the value? 644. So whenever you create a file, default value is rw hyphen r hyphen r hyphen for the file array.txt. So what is the permission you will get? 644 permission. 644 permissions. Let's check it, guys. So this value is for the root user and the normal user, hurry user, something like logged in as a hurry user. So created a directory. So what is the umask value for the normal user? Normal user umask value is 002. What is the umask value, guys? 002. So for directory, they're creating a 777 002. What is the answer, guys? 7. Guys, tell me 7,
7.
7, 5.
5.
So whenever you create a normal user, you will get the 775. 77 means RWX. 7 means RWX. 5 means R hyphen X. So whenever you create a normal user, whenever you create a directory as a normal user, you will get the 775 permission. The same like as a directory. So 666 002. So what is the permission you will get? So 664. So what is the permission? 664. R hyphen rw hyphen rw hyphen r hyphen. So yeah, guys, Ramkrishna, you there, right? So whenever you create the Ramkrishna, you
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
You can start the your virtual machine and you can log in as a putty. Okay.
Yeah. Just.
Yeah. So whenever you create a root user, the directory will be the directory permissions will be 755. So whenever you create a file, the file permission will be 644. So as a normal user, whenever you create a directory, you will get 775 permissions. So whenever you create a file, you will get 664 permissions. Let's check it if the permissions are created or not. The same permissions will be created or not. What is the permission, guys, for directory? 755 644. 755 644. Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay. Yeah. So for a directory for root user, the umask value for the root default umask value for the root user is 022. The umask value for the normal user is 002. 002. So whenever you create a directory as a root user, you will get 755 permissions. So whenever you create a file with the root user, you will get 644 permissions. The same like as a normal user, whenever you create a file a directory as a normal user, so you will get the 775 permissions. So whenever you create the file, you will get the 664 permissions. 664 permissions. Let's check that the permission is created or not. Created or not. Ramkrishna, please share your
Your
screen.
screen.
Yeah. It is visible, right?
Yes. 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 Able to is able. So how you can change the font? How you can change the font, Ramkrishna? Do you know?
Actually, you said forward this.
You forgot, right? So
Yeah.
in the right, in the white screen, right? White status bar. Right click on the white status bar. Go to the change settings. Change settings. Yes. Click the change setting. Then you go to the appearance. In the left side, there is a window. In the window, there is appearance. So change appearance. Yes. Change the font size to 16 or 18. 18. Then okay. Okay. Apply.
Yeah.
Apply. Yeah. The font size is increased, right?
Increase. Yeah.
Give me control.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So you logged in as a which user, guys? You logged in as a root user. You logged in as a root user. I'm trying to create a where you are. PWD is the command where you are. You are under the /root directory. So in that /root directory, you are creating a directory. Make mkdir us class us class us class us class. Yes. So you cannot create US class already exist. US class. Let's
All.
check. Let's check ls. So I'm removing everything RMF and RF. Star is nothing but a whatever the files or directories are there in the directory, it will remove everything in the root directory. So if you use star means everything is nothing but either file or a directories. Something like now check it. Now check it. There is no files and directories because if you are using a star, everything will be deleting. Everything will be deleting. Something like I'm creating a mkdir US class. Yes, US class is created. Let's check it the permissions. If 755 permissions is created or not. If double permit is created or not. Yeah. So US class is the, so what is the permission, guys? RWX. RWX is nothing but a read, write, execute, 7 permissions. RX is nothing but a 5. RX is nothing but a 5. This is 755 permissions. Whenever you create a directory, so the default permission is 755. The default permission is 755. And so create a file, touch, hari.txt. So let's check it, the permissions 644 are on. Yeah, RWX, RW. RW is nothing but a read write. That is 4 plus 2, 6. 644 permissions. Yes, 644 permissions is created. 644 permissions is created. I want to change the permissions. I want to change the permissions to 777. How we can do it? By using the chmod command. What is the command, guys? Chmod. Chmod is nothing but a change modifications. Change mode. Chmod is nothing but a change mode. I want to change the mode from 755 to 777 on the US class. So let's check it. The permission is changed or not? Yes, the permission is changed. RWX. How we can change the permissions? By using the chmod command. By using the chmod command. I'm logging as a normal user. So I think Hari is created, right? Yesterday. Let's check it. Hari, the password is,
Red hat.
yes. Oh, red hat. Let's check. REDHAT, red hat. Okay. I will reset the password by using the passwd. Hari. Unknown user, Hari. That's the reason we are unable to create. So I'm creating a user add Hari. So passwd Hari. I'm setting the password for the Hari is red hat. Yeah. So let's try to log in as a normal user, as a Hari user. The password is red hat. Yes, red hat. So Hari user is created. So let's try to create a directory mkdir something like US class 2. I'm creating a US class 2. LL will check the permissions. What is the permissions? RWX, RX. So RWX is nothing but a 774 permissions. 774 permissions. You already know. So when you create a directory by using the normal user, you will get the 774 permissions. 774 permissions. So when you create a root user, you will get the 755 permissions. You will get the 755 permissions. So when you create a normal file, you will get the 644 permissions. So when you create a normal file with the normal Hari user, something like a touch Hari1.txt. So you will get 664 permissions. So 66664 permissions. Now you got it right, guys. You want to change the permissions. By using chmod command. Change mode to 777 or 655 permissions to US class 2. Let's check the permission is changed or not. Yes, it changed the permission. So what is the command, guys? Chmod is the command to change the permissions. Now you understood. So whatever
Yeah,
you
so
want.
This 7 formation, so it cannot be changed, even though you started with the normal formation by RWX formation, like this 7 double 7 formation, it cannot change to anything like another different number like 8 or 9 something. So is a command.
Yeah, you already knows,
Yeah.
right? RWX is nothing but a R equal to 4, W equal to 2, X equal to 1. 4 plus 2
So that RWX
plus 1,
cannot change.
7.
So
Though,
it
so
cannot change.
Just like
7,
you said.
yeah, 7,
Okay.
4, 6, 1. 7, 4, 6, 1. You can change the permissions within this range only. Okay?
Yeah, I know you can use it to change the formation, but what I'm saying is that, for example, you are starting from the root command, like you're starting a fresh,
Yeah,
trying to make
something
a
like what you are
directory.
asking, 788, right?
Yes, yes.
7882. Let's check it. 7882. This is a good question. 7882. So yes, class. So invalid mode 788. What is the highest number? RWX is nothing but a 7. RWX is nothing but 7. RW6 is nothing but a 7. Triple
Okay,
7 is the highest permission for a directory or a file.
fine.
Because of
Okay.
RWX is nothing but a only R4 to 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7. The highest number is 7. So, so what is 8 permission? 8 is nothing but. You can give only 3 permissions. Read, write, execute only. If you combine these 3, you will get only 7.
Okay.
It will not exceed it. It will
Thank
not
you.
exceed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got it, right?
Just trying to be sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hari,
and we yeah,
one question.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
file permissions are groups and owners and others, right?
Others.
Others means examples. Please give the examples.
Yeah. So here is the notepad, guys. Okay. Good question. Yeah. Something like you logged in as a root user. Who is the owner, guys?
Root.
Root is the owner. So something like a group. I already told you, right? DevOps group.
Groups, yeah.
Linux group. So Linux group only having Hari. So DevOps group having DevOps group having Anand, and Pride. Anand and Pride. For example, so the others also use something like Ram Krishna. So this is the owner, this is the group, right? This is the group. So this is the Ramakrishna. So in our Linux mission, so Ramakrishna user is there, the Anand user is there, Pride user is there, root user is there, and groups also there. Okay. So groups is Anand and Pride. Yeah, others is nothing but a Ramakrishna. Others. Because of so So you logged in as a root, and you logged in as a root, and the owner is root. So you attached a group is nothing but a DevOps. In this DevOps having Anand and Pride. So others. So there is a Ramakrishna user is created the Linux mission, but the Ramakrishna is not assigned to any group. Not assigned to any group. So that's the reason Ramakrishna is in others group. Others. Ramakrishna is in others. So owner is root, group is a DevOps. In the group DevOps, there is no Ramakrishna. So but Ramakrishna user is there in the Linux mission. So then Ramakrishna will related to the others. Ramakrishna will related to the others. You got it?
Yeah, means no group yet
So he is not
added.
related to any group. He is
Group
not related to any group.
individual. Okay.
Individual users.
Individual users, all the users are others, right?
Others. All the individuals are all the individual users are others. For
Others.
example,
Okay.
in the group you assign only DevOps, but there is a Linux groups also there, right? So in the Linux groups, Hari is there. You are not assigned to DevOps. You are assigned only a DevOps group. So you are not assigned to Linux group. Linux will also comes into the others. We have a groups in the groups. We have a groups in the Linux machine, but so only one group is assigned to that that file or directory. But the remaining groups will relate to others. Will relate to others because a Linux group having a Hari. Hari is a other user, right? Hari is
Correct.
not related to group, DevOps group. So Hari and Ramakrishna having the permissions RW, R-X, read and execute permissions only. You cannot modify the data. You cannot modify the data, or you cannot modify the content, or you cannot change the directory name or change the any data.
Only
Okay,
read permission like that in
only read
Windows, right?
permission, read and execute permission. Execute is nothing but a delete permission.
Okay.
So you can read it and you can delete it. You cannot modify it.
Mhm.
So 777 is read, write, execute. You cannot, you can read, you can modify, you can delete. Everything will do under the 777 permission.
Okay. One more doubt. Who can do the change modifications? Only root user or users also we can do it? Like
Users also, right? We already showed, right? I
mhm,
logged in as a Hari user.
mhm.
So logged in as a Hari user and changed the permissions. So because of whoever, whatever creates it, whatever the directories or files created through the Hari user, Hari is the owner, right? Hari can change anything because of he has a 777 permission.
Okay. Hari is root user, so he can
Hari is not a root user. Hari is a normal user.
okay.
So root user is root, super user.
Root user root, okay.
So Harry user can change it, right? And the youth
Yeah,
user can change it.
yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, Hari user also can change the permissions.
Okay.
Not a Hari, any normal user can change the
Any
permissions.
normal user. Okay.
Okay. So something like you see, so you will get the good clarity about after the user administration. So something like Hari is a group, Hari is a owner, Hari is the group. You want to change the ownership and groupship. So we'll show you tomorrow, guys. So while after done the user administration, you will understand user
Means
administration.
user
Then you
group creation, user creation like that. Huh?
yeah, then yes,
Okay.
yes. Then only you will understand this, guys.
Okay,
Now
got
you
it.
got it. The change mode. Change mode is for file permissions, right? 777 or whatever you want, a file or directory. This is the syntax, guys. So what is the syntax? Ch mode, change mode, 777, a file or directory. Now you got it?
Yes, yes, clear, clear.
Clear, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll continue on Monday. So we will discuss about the user administration.
Okay, good topic that is also.
All right, thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Guys, don't miss this topic. This is a very interesting topic and it will take 1.5 hours to 2 hours class. So we'll conclude it in one session. So we'll conclude this in one session, guys. So here how you can add the user, how you can modify the user, how you can delete the user, how you can change the password. So we'll show it under this section. Okay. In Linux
Thank you.
we can create 65535 users, 65,535 users we can create in the one Linux machine. So how many users we can create? 65535 or 60,000 users, for example. 60,000 users we can create in a Linux machine. Means 60,000 users will log in the system at a time. 60,000 users will log in the server at a time. So that is nothing but a multi-user operating system. So now, how many users are created? How many users are logged in the server? So as a root user and the normal user, Hari user. So you can log in this server, Hari user and root user. So two users are logged into the server. But in the Linux machine, so we can connect, we can create 60,000 users on the Linux machine. We can create 60,000 users. So what are these users, 60,000 users? So we'll show it on tomorrow, please.
So that
Okay.
means tomorrow we can cover like how many
Monday or
users are logged in,
tomorrow?
everything, right?
Not tomorrow, Monday.
It means next class.
Next class. So Monday is a big session, guys. Big session. Don't miss it. Okay.
So we can see all
Harry,
users
did
who
you
have
get my
connected
request
like
from
that also, right?
Rohan?
Yeah, we can show it on everything. Everything we can show it on
Okay.
that.
Harry, did you guys say it's right? I sent a request through Rohan. Rohan said he talked to you.
Yes. I Rohan talked to me. So you did
Okay.
not connected with the Ramakrishna, right?
No.
Yeah. So we will connect after this call. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone can log out. So yeah. So wait. I can stop the